And from Senegal to a lab in Pretoria, where two physicists are using light to make dramatic advances in the world of science.
The ability to harness light and use it in the form of a laser beam has been successfully explored by scientists and technologists. Lasers are used in everything from simple barcode scanners to industrial manufacturing and medicine. Bloodless surgery, detection of pollutants in the atmosphere, protection of aircrafts against heat-seeking missiles, and even safeguarding structures from lightning strike are just some of the laser applications scientists are exploring. But at the Council for Science and Industrial Research here in Pretoria, South Africa, researchers are taking laser science to the next level. Here in this laboratory, Dr. Sandile Ngcobo, a laser physicist, has created the world's first digital laser, a brand new invention with the power to completely change the field of laser science.
So you can think of it as a laser beam that changes all the time. It's a movie kind of laser because all the time you're changing the digital holograms inside the laser to generate different beams.
With a conventional laser, there's no way to modulate or change the shape of the laser beam itself. It can only be projected in one form. If multiple shapes are required in order to complete a series of tasks, the user must either use many lasers, each of a different shape, or attempt to shape the beam using expensive specialized optical elements.
That every time you want to change the shape, you must go buy a new laser. So we can think of this as a way now that you can actually generate a laser that can actually generate different beams in real time depending on what you want to do.
With Sandile's discovery of the digital laser, operators will now be able to use software and a digital interface to control and change the shape of laser beams. This will drastically improve functionality and performance across many industries without the expense of multiple lasers or extra optics.
So now it makes a whole laser changing shapes to be very versatile.
The digital laser has the potential to revolutionize telecommunications. Data transmission could be sped up dramatically using the programmable laser to replace conventional optical signal transmission.
You can have a detector on the other end, where if you send in a certain shape of laser beam, it represents a specific letter, and that's where most people want to actually take it from.
Is it in the laser labs?
No, in your lab.
In my lab.
Sandile's laser is now being used to assist in the field of biophotonics, the science of using light to manipulate and understand the inner workings of cells and tissues in living organisms.
So all of them like that. I particularly am fascinated by these ones because then we want to make a matrix of cells.
Sandile's colleague and friend, Dr. Patience Mthuzi, is currently experimenting with this digital laser in the hopes of streamlining the process of cell sorting. Cell sorting is critical to Patience's current experiments. She is Africa's first graduate and doctor of biophotonics.
We are using lasers to actually come up with ways of studying different diseases or disorders.
Patience's main focus is on developing non-invasive treatments for some of Africa's most prevalent and life-threatening diseases.
Think about in the future when we have things like personalized medicines where we can actually take some specimens from your body, manipulate them and plant them back in your body. That could be very exciting.
Human bodies are made up of trillions of cells. When a disease like tuberculosis or HIV takes hold, the body's cells come under attack. The current treatments for these diseases have no way of distinguishing between infected and healthy cells. The side effects of the medications can often be devastating, as both infected and healthy tissue is attacked. Patience is working on a way of targeting only infected cells for treatment, using laser light.
So Ndoni, this is where we would cryopreserve our cell cultures. We keep them in liquid nitrogen.
This biological cell culture laboratory allows Patience and her team to manufacture synthetic tissue models from human cell samples.
So you stock these cells so that you can use them for the experiments with the lasers?
Yes. So these you can keep them forever.
These cells are then infected with the disease being studied. In order to separate infected cells from the healthy ones, Patience and her team set up laser systems for optical tweezing.
Are you all set?
Yes, I am. I see we have to wear the goggles to keep our eyes safe, but it's quite nice that they make us look like rock stars as well, eh?
So physics is cool.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
This here is our optical trapping setup, okay? So what we want to do is eventually come up with diagnostic tools for HIV, but that are photonics based. And this is where it all starts.
Optical tweezing allows individual cells to be manipulated.
You want to be able to directly go to the HIV positive cells
Yes.
and either get them, manipulate them, inject them to administer the ARV drugs to them specifically. So it's not as toxic for the entire body.
That's exactly it.
You see this little cross? This is where our laser is. So this particle are trapped now, so you can
Right.
move them.
A laser beam is aimed at a cell. The cell is drawn to the beam's magnetic field, and the cell can then be moved individually. The scientists can then inject the cell with experimental treatments and watch its progress.
I'm also just thinking of the fact that what I'm manipulating is tiny. I can't even see it with my naked eye, but I'm able to control it using this machine.
See what I meant by science fiction?
It's quite fascinating.
So we're trying to eliminate all sorts of problems that come with taking ARV therapy orally. We want to make sure that, we target in the body now, no longer in the test tubes or in plates like this, in the body exactly where the virus is lying dormant.
On a larger scale, this application of laser technology could one day lead to whole-body optical trapping devices that could separate the infected and healthy cells in each patient and make sure only the disease cells and tissue is targeted.
It would be a joy to have such a thing in Africa.
It would make a huge difference. Is there any kind of goal or project or ideal that you're looking to in the future that you would really want to achieve, that you're striving towards?
If I can have a medical device that has my name to it, that would be awesome.
I have no doubt that it will happen.